Passages extend to the left and right. Wherever we turn, darkness awaits. We make our way down the dimly lit passageway. After a few moments, we come to an old, dusty door on the right. This is the clock tower storeroom, if I remember correctly. The room is quiet except for the sounds of the gears. There's no sign of the hooded lady anywhere. We rush on over towards the sword. Looking down at it, Magil starts to speak.
This may be what we're looking for. By the looks of it, this sword could be the fabled Holy Einlanzer. Or perhaps the demonic Masamune.
Wow, Magil! You know about the Masamune?
Did you ever know its owner?
Yes.
Was he your mate? So he was one of your enemies then?
No.
Well, hey Serge, take this thing.
Huh?
Come on, you don't expect a fair maiden like me to carry this bulky thing all over the place, do you? Well?
I grit my teeth and remind myself it would get me absolutely nowhere to argue with her. So, I go to Kid's side and pick up the sword, just as I was told to. Oh! Jeez, it's heavy.
Okay, let's get our asses to that bloody torture chamber. I can almost smell the frozen flame from here.
I follow Kid out of the room, dragging the heavy sword. With Kid in the lead, we ascend the narrow staircase. I nearly slip and fall on one of the damp stairs. Bracing myself against the cold walls, I keep on climbing. We come to the old, stoic-looking door, waiting for us silently atop the staircase. I look up, remembering the deadly ceiling. I'm definitely not going to repeat the mistake of overstaying my welcome here, especially after hearing what Riddell had to say. Somewhere inside this room, there has to be something that will bring that old man back. But what?
Just as I thought.
Magil says dryly, examining the cracks in the floor. Kid and I walk over, kneeling down where he's at. Between the cracks between the floor's stones, there's a thick, smelly, butter-like substance that's been jammed into it, among the stains of blood. Without warning, the door suddenly slammed shut. It started again!
Okay, what do we do?
Oh god damn it, not this shit again.
Ah! We have to use the sword somehow!
Kid yells, her voice almost inaudible thanks to the ceiling's deafening screeching. But how? With as much power as I can muster, I lift the heavy sword up and plunge it down into a crack in the center of the floor. A huge jolt runs through the room. Bolts of light scatter in all four directions from the sword, running along the floor, then up the walls. Reaching the ceiling, the deadly contraption groans, and then comes to a halt. Exhausted and relieved, I collapse to the floor. After a minute, I catch my breath and open my eyes. Strange. Now that I take another look at the inscription we found earlier, there's a certain stone just beside it that doesn't seem to have any cement around it. We walk over to it. Kid tugs on it and finds that it's loose.
Ooh.
Removing the heavy stone, a dimly glistening light can be seen from far within the hole. Kid reaches in and carefully removes the shimmering object. A beautifully decorated gold ring sits in the palm of her hand. It's adorned with a slender set of leaves, like those of a fern, decorated with 5 small rubies around it.
The Acacian coat of arms,
Magil says. Kid tries the ring on, but strangely enough, it doesn't seem to fit on any of her fingers. This ring must mean something to the old man. We could use it to break through his wall, couldn't we? I excitedly ask Magil, already knowing the answer. He nods in silence. Yeah, this has to be it! Abandoning the Einlanzer, now proudly standing upright like a beacon of light amidst this dismal room, we hurry out of the torture chamber, hopefully never to return again. After a bit of walking, we come to an old-looking door with a brass handle. No matter how many times I return here, I don't think I'll ever get any more used to this place. We return to the old man. Magil walks up to the cell and grasps the iron bars. He positions his feet and starts to pull away at the bars with an incredible intensity. After a moment, the bars start to bend like taffy. Magil enters first through the newly created opening. Kid follows, kneeling down before the mumbling old man. Putting her hands on the old man's shoulders, Kid tries to look into his eyes, but he continues to stare at the floor. Frustrated, she starts to shout at him, shaking him vigorously.
Come on, old fella, get up!
The old man's head shakes back and forth like a rag doll's, but his eyes remain averted.
Do not worry,
Magil says.
This may also prove to be helpful.
But is it right to force him out of his wall for our own sake?
The fate of the Acacia Dragoons has been woven into our own,
Magil answers simply. And with that, just as Magil says the word Acacia, a glimmer streaks into the old man's eyes. He looks up quickly, apparently waiting for something. Oh man, he's been hearing us talk the entire time. Quick, Kid, show him the ring. Kid takes the ring from her pocket and shows it to the man.
The ring,
he says in a voice so quiet it's barely audible. However, his eyes quickly return to their murky state.
Finally, my allies, you have returned. Because of me, the frozen flame was seized, and I have desecrated the name of the Acacia Dragoons. I am the only one left, but you have returned. Ah, Merkid, Zoranda, now that we are once again reunited, let us all head back to Stike Lake.
Jeez, listen, mister! The frozen flame, where is it? Any small hint will help. Come on!
Frozen flame?
The old man asks. A warm smile streaks across his face.
Ah, my dear Miss Riddell, I have not seen you in quite some time. Surely you have not forgotten the secret entranceway.
Yeah! You think you could tell me about that again, Gramps?
Kid asks, trying to sound as ladylike as possible.
In the ballroom. Third candlestick on the left.
Kid hugs the old man, ecstatic, and so he resumes his mumbling in that distant, shuddering voice.
Please forgive me for your father. I beg you, Riddell. The Dragoons.
It's high time for you to bust on out of here, old man.
Kid says, pointing to the bent iron bars. However, he once again refuses to look up. Come on. We've done all we can do here. He's got to walk through those bars himself.
Thanks, old-timer.
All of a sudden, a chilly wind blows past me. Not only that, but also a thick fog has started to accumulate all around us. We're in trouble. It swirls around us faster and faster. After a few moments, it coagulates before me, forming into some sort of humanoid shape.
It's a poltergeist. Don't move.
Kid's whispering does nothing but add to my increasing feelings of fear and dread. How are we supposed to fight something that doesn't even have a body? From beside me, a low voice starts to echo throughout the dim hallway. It's Magil. He seems to be starting some sort of incantation. But what am I going to do in the meantime? I reach for my knife, trying to put on my game face. With my weapon extended out in front of me, I focus my attention on the tip of my blade. Suddenly, an icy chill blows through me. The temperature seems to be dropping at an alarming rate. cold. As I start to shiver more and more, I realize my knife isn't going to do me a bit of good against this thing's magic. So cold. It feels as though I could tip over and shatter into 1,000 pieces.
Serge! Come on, mate, snap out of it!
The sound of Kid's voice pierces into my consciousness like a hot knife through butter. However, I quickly start to lose it once again. She runs to my side as I start to tumble over. With my last few bits of energy, I open my eyes and see Magil letting loose some sort of spell, streaking towards the poltergeist.
Take this, my blackout spell of doom! Here, let me try.
Serge! Hey, Serge! You still with us?
I hear, as I realize somebody's slapping me over and over. Kid! I shout, groggily getting up.
Serge! I thought... being under for that long and all...
Wow, she seems concerned, almost really distraught. How long was I under?
But hey, no loss. You're back, good as new.
Well, I don't know if I'd say that, but... I really think I'm starting to get the hang of this whole fighting thing. I'm barely hurt at all.
Not bad, Serge. Not bad at all.
Kid says, catching my eye. A few moments pass, and... she's still staring at me, smiling. Oh, man. What do I do? Should I say something? I look away after a nervous moment, but full of glee. I can never handle this kind of thing. Those baby blues of hers get me every time. I follow Kid up the narrow set of stairs, hoping not to lose my balance. We continue through the passageway. After a while, we arrive at a beautifully decorated set of double doors. This is the ballroom. A countless number of candles spectacularly illuminate this huge room. An old-fashioned grandfather clock stands on the right, ticking away with a morbid stillness. I step into the center of the hall, looking upwards at the oil canvases shimmering in the low light.
Okay, third one on the left.
Kid says quietly.
1, 2, 3. Here we go.
As Kid slowly pushes against the candlestick, it starts to move slowly. What's going on? I stammer, trying to brace myself.
This entire room is slowly sinking into the ground,
Magil says. The ballroom is sinking? All of it? Suddenly, the room starts to fall much faster. Chills run down my spine as I look around, seeing the paintings smacking against the walls and the candles dropping to the floor. As I start to get used to the sinking sensation, my heart fills with a violent mixture of anxiety, expectation, and hope. What awaits us at the bottom? The frozen flame. Could it really be down here? Is this our adventure's end? What if we actually take it into our hands? Kid, Magil, I wonder what they're feeling right now. As the room continues to sink underground like an elevator to hell, I start to hear Kid speak in a soft, meek voice.
Sometimes I do struggle to win, even when I know I've already lost. Just like that lady said. Why do I do that?
Looking over at her, I realize this isn't the Kid I usually see. There, a faint, shy smile can be seen across her face. Suddenly, I feel something so powerful go through me, it feels like a wave of fire, surging through my heart. Why bring us here, Kid? Is it fate?
Fate? Life? I don't even know anymore. But with Lynx, nothing's set in stone. But sometimes it feels like there's something inside me, guiding me. No matter what I do, it won't matter, because I know it'll be showing me what to do next. Bah, what am I saying? Crazy talk.
Kid says, smiling faintly. I don't know what to feel hearing this. Kids always put on a strong face no matter what, seemingly embracing terror when it comes. But right now, I can't help but feel the weight of the situation bearing down on us. If you take these matters with a grain of salt, like Kid seems to, it's easy to live a day-to-day life like she does. As I look in her face, that strange expression of hers relieves me.
I'm sorry. All this talk, it ain't me.
Kid says, scrunching her nose. Instantly returning to her serious gaze, she says,
But thanks, Serge, Magil. Thanks for coming here. Because of this, maybe down the road I'll have another chance.
Huh?
Nothing. Forget it.
Kid says as she closes her eyes, smiling. As usual, she sends me into deep thought. While only barely visible, Magil stands silently amidst the shadows, effortlessly balanced with closed eyes. As I look around at my companions, I wonder what awaits us. We share a calm silence in our hearts as we continue to descend far below ground.
Gah!
Suddenly, a metallic grinding sound can be heard from all around us.
Ah!
The room comes to a stop, swaying a bit.
Guess this is our stop.
Kid says with a hollow laugh. I stand motionless, staring at Kid and Magil in the dim, flickering luminescence. Suddenly, the organ comes to life.
Oh my god, what is that?
Looking back towards the monstrous thing, no one is even near it. Nevertheless, it continues to play its strange, twisted tune, the keys and pedals moving wildly on their own.
Sounds like a funeral march. Just kidding.
Bad joke, Kid.
Alright, let's do this.
Kid says, taking a deep breath as she heads for the door. I glance at Magil, nodding my head as we follow her out.
It's a funeral march, alright. Lynx's, that is.
We start down the long, dark path in front of us. The air down here carries a thick stench of death. Somewhere, further down this passageway, Lynx's subterranean hideout awaits. Kid's got a strange look on her face. I can't imagine what must be going through her head right now. Magil, on the other hand, I can never read him. But still, we usually talk a little, lightening things up. But right now, nobody's making a sound. I try to offer some conversation, hoping to avoid the increasing tension. So, what really is this frozen flame thing? No response. Just as I start to think no one is going to answer, Magil starts to speak, his low voice echoing throughout the stone corridor.
It was said to be a gem which soothes all scars, granting eternal life to its owner. Or so people believed. The frozen flame is more than just an object. It's not of this world. It descended from the heavens long ago, part of a huge meteorite. Once, there lived a people who sought to harness its power, hoping to tap into their yet unknown potential. And so, it became a treasure of great importance in dreams. However, whether a gift which bestows power is actually a blessing or a curse is another question altogether. Since the birth of humanity, at least one entire race has fallen because of it. These people once built a great, thriving metropolis with its power. But now, all knowledge of this era has been completely lost within the sands of time.
A faint feeling of distress comes across Magil's voice throughout his speech. But then, how do you know about all this? I ask. Again, no answer. Keeping silent, I continue walking. Our footsteps once again become the only sound filling this dark path.
Well, whether any of that's true or not, it'll all lead us to the same place. Say your prayers, Lynx. We're coming for you. That's all I know, and that's plenty!
The frozen flame. What in the world could Lynx see in that mysterious rock? Flooded with thoughts, I pause for a moment to take a deep breath and calm myself. Continuing on a moment later, I feel as though I'm a bit more at peace. Suddenly, Magil comes to a stop.
Do not move.
Huh? Kid and I look around suspiciously. Around us, bones are scattered in all directions. Many of them have been cut cleanly in half. Looking around more, amidst the dim light, I start to see that the walls have been splattered with blood.
Huh?
Then, suddenly, a trace of light catches my eye from behind. There's a bolt of electricity approaching us, sparkling like a lit fuse on the ground. Coming within a few feet of us, the spark splits off into two, forming a circle around us. Once the circle is complete, an odd glow starts to shine at our feet. Then, from where the sparks had traced, light shoots upwards, forming a wall of light all around us.
It's a devil circle.
We try to move, but we find ourselves caught within the rays of light. With the scalding, noisy winds whirling all around us, all I see are rays of shimmering light in every direction I look. What do I do? I can't see anything in all this light. Magil grabs me by the shoulder and returns me to the center of the circle. Thankfully, he seems to be able to see just fine. His mask is probably shielding his eyes from the radiance.
Yeah, it's called sunglasses, dumbass. There is always a way out of a devil circle. We must find the gaps to walk through.
If you say so.
Baby blues of hers get me every time. Oh my god, he's such a nerd. I love him.
Let's Start Project.